we just go? Can we just go? Think about where we're going. Can we just
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley if you're new here. So glad you decided to click on today's video, which I'm going to be showing you some really cool and neat features about the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I believe most of these can also work on the iPhone 15 Pro and then just the regular iPhone 15. I got this around the holidays, so I'm absolutely loving my new phone, and one of the first things I love doing when I get a new phone is researching and figuring out all the cool, neat features and things you can do with it. Figured I would take some of the best ones that I've discovered or at least watched and share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. So before we kickstart the video, I have it in the blue titanium and this really cute sparkly clear spec case. Y'all know how much I love a spec case. This phone also, like, some just initial thoughts about the phone in and of itself. It's so much like lighter than my previous phone. So I have the 12 Pro Max and this is the 15 Pro Max, so I guess 3 generations up. There is a different type of cord that you now have to use. You have to buy those, and one does come with it in the box. If you're somebody who's stocked up on a whole bunch of cords from some of the previous generations, now most of those are going to be null and void. Something to keep in mind if you're considering getting it. And I love one of the features you'll see today is the camera. It will, like, when you zoom, it'll give you like a little viewfinder onto the side that kind of gives you a general basis of like where you are that you're zooming into, which I think is really neat and cool, especially because I take so many photos, videos, all kinds of things that sometimes vlog on my phone. Enough of my like initial about the phone thoughts. Let's get into what you're really here for, is the cool tips and tricks featured on this new phone. I apologize, new to me, it's not really new in general. First is the action button, which is the top button here on the side. This actually took me a day or two to realize that this button actually changes, like you can give it settings. So if I go into my settings and I go down to action button, as you can see here, you can change it from silent mode, which is where I just have it right now because I think that's convenient for me. You can switch it onto focus if you're somebody who's constantly going in and out of wanting to have do not disturb. Camera, which I think I'll switch it to if I'm ever like taking a whole bunch of pictures like on a vacation or something. I think that would be convenient because you can easily open up the camera app. You can take a photo with just hitting the button, so it's like a multi-use button, which we like. You can make it into like a flashlight, voice memo. As you can see, so many different options. You can make your own custom shortcuts, so you can have this, like if you press it, go straight to TikTok or straight to YouTube or straight to Spotify. I think it's really cool. There's some other accessibility features, or you can just make it where there's no action. You press the button, it does nothing for you. So there's always that too, but I think this is a pretty neat feature because at first I was very confused what this button was supposed to serve. I see obviously the volume changing buttons and then the power buttons on the opposite side, but I was very confused what this random little button was supposed to do. So now I know that I can even customize it. Next, on this phone, you can actually save and upload your videos, photos to an external hard drive or a flash drive using the USB-C. That's really convenient, especially if you're somebody, again, who tends to get a lot of your storage filled up from photos or videos. You could take a whole bunch of photos, get them exported onto an external hard drive directly from your phone. I would suggest getting some type of adapter though, probably would be required for this, but this makes saving files so much easier, so much quicker. Money and storage saving tip. Now, for anybody who loves sending a audio message, did you know you can actually change the playback speed? I think some of these features are actually available on the newest iOS. Don't hold me to that. If you're somebody who's like, yeah, I don't really feel like listening to your 20-minute TED Talk podcast telling me the story. I don't have the time. I want to hear it in about 5 to 10. You can just press down on that voice icon for your voice note and it will go ahead and allow you to change the playback. I'm a big proponent of listening to things on 2 times speed, whether it's a podcast on Spotify, whether it's YouTube, sometimes now even TikToks because they've made it so much longer. So I definitely need to find a feature like this. Next, if you quickly want to select a photo to send via messages, all you have to do is hold down the plus button, and then that way you're easily able to pull up your camera roll, select the photo, and then send it off. Or following that, you can also adjust your different apps that you utilize on messages most. So I know defaultly typically is like photos, then it's like camera, hashtag images. You can hold and drag them up to the top and readjust the order for the way that suits you. It's something I didn't know, but you might have already known. So take this as you will. Now this is perfect for the person who's always networking, maybe the entrepreneur, small business owner, somebody who just constantly is sharing their phone number with people or their contact information. And this is called name drop. And I believe this came with iOS 17. All you have to do is take another iPhone 15 user. So this is required that you both have the 15, but your phones up against each other. You'll hear this sound and kind of see this weird image at the top, and it's going to share contact between both of you, vice versa, and you can accept it and boom, already in your phone. You don't have to airdrop it, you don't have to text it. It just makes it a lot more convenient. But in order for this to work, you have to both be on your home screens and both have your phone obviously unlocked. And the same thing applies for a website link, a photo, a video. Do the same process and the same thing should happen. It's like an instant airdrop. So who doesn't love that? Next up is you can actually label your timers. You have multiple timers going, and then you just hit the little like icon where it says like timer, and you can label it within your timer. So maybe you have a timer going for how long you should be listening to something, or maybe the timer for the wash, or the timer for how long something's cooking. You have multiple timers going. That way you know when one ends, which one it's for. Next, I think this one is pretty neat and cool, especially as somebody who likes to go back and look for certain things in their camera roll, is you can actually search terms in your camera roll. As you can see here, I went over to the rightmost hand corner to hit the search bar. I just want to go ahead and screen record so you can see what I'm doing here. And then if I were to select on, let's just look at this TikTok, where obviously it has the cup, so it shows me exactly where it has the drink, and then this little blue bar here at the bottom shows you exactly where it identified the search term in the video to make it think that's the video that you might want to be looking for with this search term. Now you can actually create your photos into a portrait photo. So you might take a photo and originally not want it to be a portrait photo, but then now you can go back and edit it into being a portrait photo. I'm going to do this with a photo that I have of Mandy, my dog. So it only works if you've taken photos since having like this phone. See here, it has the f-stop live here. So I'm just going to hit edit. And if you go over to the leftmost option on the bottom and it says portrait, it has like a little curly fancy f-stop. You can go and change the depth. So I can change the depth, how, you know, blurred it is for her, like that. Or I'm gonna put it back to the 4.5. If I were to click on her head, as you can see here, it changed the blurriness to let you know that I want that to be focal point instead of somewhere else. So let's say I wanted this little emblem right here to be the focal point. You see it changed, it made that the focal point. It's going to be beneficial to so many people, especially if you're somebody who's like, hey, I need to take now a headshot. You can easily just kind of give them that same cute depth of field as a headshot for something that you've taken at home. I do have some bonuses in here, and I was only going to let you know that towards the end here, is that you can change your display settings whenever you're connecting to an HDMI. To be honest, I'm not in those types of situations often, so I would just AirPlay, but if you find yourself in that, hopefully that can be helpful for you. So an iPhone 15 exclusive feature that you can send another iPhone 15 user your location, and then you also have a way that you can go and it will give you directions, like show you like, oh, I'm going in this direction, here, veer this way, exactly to get to that other user. It's important for situations like being at a festival, if it's really crowded, a very crowded concert. I think large gatherings like that, that would be a feature that I could see myself using. Maybe that's how it could be used in your life. Next, this one I am so excited for, because if you've ever been in a public place, you know it's like so hard to hear the person for the other person to hear you when you're on the phone. And now there's a way you can actually cancel out background noise, and this is how you do it. So you're gonna go, while you're on the phone or the FaceTime call, I'm reading the instructions verbatim because I don't want to mess up or tell you incorrectly. You're gonna swipe down on your control center, press the mic mode, and then select voice isolation, and that way your voice will be the thing that's most clearest for the person, and all the background noise will be eliminated. All in all, that is my complete list of hidden features, tips and tricks, things you can do on your iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Pro, or iPhone 15 Pro Max like me. I know a lot of people got a new phone for the holidays, and so I figured I would go ahead and make a video kind of featuring some neat things that I've discovered in my own curious search of trying to figure out all I can do with this phone. And there's so many more other things that you can do. I want to keep this video short and sweet, share with you the things that I feel like are most practical, or the things you probably could use in your everyday life. That is the whole video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like videos like this, give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll do more tech focused videos. Until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye guys.